All right, I'm always on the lookout for a good stock for you guys. This $11 stock could be a ticket to millionaire status. Because look, a lot of you guys have said, "Hey, look, I try to find some lower price stocks for us." So that's what I've done here in this video. So we're going to jump into this. As always, I appreciate you giving me a few minutes. We're going to get back. We're going to get into this stock, and I'm going to tell you about this. This is a really good one. It is not an AI stock. It is in a market that you probably not really even paid attention to, but it is going to be a massive market. So let's get into this. So the company is Joby Aviation, okay? And they are trying to become the Uber of the skies. I'm just going to pause for dramatic effect there for a minute because that's pretty impressive in and of itself, okay? So what they are doing is right here. They are an aviation startup with big ambitions. They want to build flying taxis. Now, that may sound like crazy to you and all this kind of stuff, but look, robo taxis are already here. They're already a part of our lives, depending on what big city you live in. I've seen versions of them in Vegas. We have versions up here in Dallas now, things of this nature. And 10 years ago, you would have thought that that was absolutely crazy. So in the next 15 to 20 years, or somewhere in that area, or maybe a little bit sooner, depending on where you live, you could see flying taxis literally in your city. And Joby is well positioned to be the unequivocal leader of that space. Okay. So they want to build flying taxis, which are otherwise known as electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, EVTOL, eVTOL aircraft, to show for commuters over heavily congested urban streets. Look, here's the thing. If you could hop in one of these flying taxis and take a 10-minute ride versus spending hours slogging in traffic, which would you prefer? Right now, your answer is like, I don't know, safety and all that kind of stuff, depending upon your age group and what have you. But this is a real definite segment, and it is a massive market. And Morgan Stanley has put a price, an estimated market that would be worth about $9 trillion by the middle of this century. So yeah, we're 15 plus 20 years away from this, but that doesn't mean there's not a massive opportunity here by looking at Joby. And this is an example of their flying taxis, these vertical takeoff landing craft. Okay. So they could be the brand that just becomes the future of this particular market segment. They do have a competitor, Archer. If you want to look them up, ACHR. And by the way, my apologies. Joby is Joby. Joby is the ticker for Joby. And if we take a look at that, let's open that link right there. Take a look at this at the stock chart. Now it's wanting me to log in. Anyway, where it was right here. There it is. Okay, there you go. Okay, so here is the ticker. Let's see, in the last year to date, right there, we are down 25% month. We are plus 16%. And the last year, we are up 43%. So year to date, you're getting it at a 25% discount if you are so inclined to look at maybe buying this particular stock. Again, nothing wrong with that, right? Buying it after it's been beat up a little bit is not a bad deal. Okay, so Joby does have a deal in place with Uber to combine their aircraft with all of the software and the technology with Uber. They are partnered with them, okay? And they also are operational. They're closer to launch than Archer. Also, Joby is looking to manufacture their flying aircraft, if you will, in-house. Archer is looking to outsource everything. So if you look at Joby, kind of the list is 25% discount off of beginning of the year. Already partnered with Uber. The combination that's pretty strong and compelling. Looking to manufacture in-house, already much more closer to operational than their competitor, Archer. Manufacturing everything in-house. Archer's looking to outsource everything. Okay, so Joby has a $10.5 billion market cap. That is hefty for an aviation stock with really no meaningful revenue yet. So again, they're buying the future. Stock reached Uber's current market value about $155 billion. It would grow about 15 times the price. That's if it were to achieve that. But again, remember, we're going back to a potential $9 trillion space, the entire segment, essentially the flying taxi segment. Okay. Pretty significant as far as how big that opportunity is. So if you take a look at them, again, stock ticker is Joby, Joby. I would definitely run this through your own due diligence and check them out. But it could be one that could make you a millionaire. I mean, you could get in early, and this thing could definitely go up a lot, a strong percentage. I kind of liken it to maybe investing in Uber when Uber just started out. When Uber first came out, people were like, what? to pay to ride in other people's cars. That's kind of crazy. You know, if you kind of look at seismic shifts that have happened in our marketplace, now Uber is everywhere. It's part of our everyday life, things of that nature. So again, just food for thought, right? Okay, so before I let you go, I want to share something with you. I've got a way for you to make even more money in stocks. I want to show this to you. So you see here, top stock gainers today. You see Solar Edge and Figma right here, up 23 and about 13% respectively. Well, I've got a trading indicator that tells you when to buy and sell any stock, okay? So this is Solar Edge right here. 4 days ago, my trading indicator gave that's what that is right there. That green gave a buy alert on that. And we're up 52%. So $1,000 bought here in 4 days, you had already made a profit of $524 on that. And by the way, there's been no sell order issued yet. Is this little red box right here? That's a sell order or a sell notification. The software runs on an iPhone, runs on Android, it runs on any computer. The software costs about $1 a day to use. There's a link in the description below, right below this video, for you to go check it out. There's a 30-day, no questions asked, money back refund guarantee. Okay. And the software is cheaper than what you see on the screen here. If you use that discount code down there, SP1, use that discount code at checkout. Look, try it. You have 30 days. There's nothing, you have no risk. And by the way, if you wanted to use the software to trade crypto, you could as well, but it works for both stocks and crypto. And this is the other one, Figma, that I showed you. There was a buy alert issued here to a sell alert, and then another buy alert. And then we have not had one in 14 days, 30+%. So the software shows you and tells you exactly when to buy and when to sell any stock you want to use it on, period. No restrictions. So links are right down there. Go check her out. Appreciate you giving me a few minutes. Have a good day. Go make some more money. See you.